Grant Meinhardt, JCB sales manager, standing in front of a teleskid. They refer to it as the unicorn because they come in and go out so fast. So this one's actually sold, so the customer has graciously allowed me to video it. This is a Gen 3.1, so it's got some updates to it. This is built in the Savannah plant. So JCB is a United Kingdom company, but they have a U.S. headquarters in Savannah, Georgia, and then a plant that builds skid loaders, teleskids, and then the 505. CanEquip has made some dedicated resources to JCB, so you can visit us at CanEquipJCB.com, so we can see just JCB stuff. And then, of course, Facebook and like us on Facebook and YouTube. JCB's teleskid, what makes it unique in the market is a single arm. So that single arm is actually extends out. So they make them both ways. They make a standard arm and an extendable arm. Hence the name teleskid, which is the extendable arm version. They have changed over the years the curvature of the arm, just so you can flip that cab forward with the arm down. This has got a GP bucket on it, which is actually has a bolt-on cutting edge that is reversible, and then it's got a hydraulic quick attach. And we order all of these teleskids basically the same way as far as the equipment on them. Also has 33 gallons a minute on the high flow. When you extend the arm out, it does not come out as far as the high flow. They want to shut that off just for safety purposes. And you have 26 gallons a minute out the boom when you're extended. Also, the front glass, wanted to point out it's a flat glass instead of a curved glass. Much more economically to be replaced. This being a side entry unit, you don't have to have a curved glass on the front. 3.1 upgrades were LED lights on the top. And then on the top of the unit, when we flip the cab open, I'll show you that, but it's now glass instead of plastic. The plastic was actually discoloring over time, where this fixes that, and then it actually has a flip over so you can clean that top glass. This is the extended boom, so you just raise it up. You have to put your park lock, raise it up, and then you can extend it out. We're going to unhook the hydraulic quick attach. The hydraulic quick attach button's inside the cab. At one point, that arm didn't dip down like that. So you had to raise the boom all the way up to tip the cab forward. They always tip forward, but you had to raise the boom up. So they did change that so you can actually tip the cab forward. I've already taken the two nuts off that hold the cab down, so tipping it forward's really easy as far as that goes. One upgrades. The grill on top is all steel. Then it has two bolts there that you can actually flip that whole piece over. And this was plastic, and it had a grate over the top of it, and the plastic over time would discolor. So this helps being able to clean it and being able to see through it. Okay, so this is with the cab tipped up. It's got hydraulic or gas shocks to help assist the cab. The technicians tell me it's one of the easiest cabs to flip forward. But very clean, very serviceable undercarriage on this JCB teleskid. All the lines are numbered, so if you blow a hose, you can call us with that number and get that replaced. You do have your main hydraulic pump that's blue there. Then it has a tandem pump to run the hydraulic motors. But that pump's direct coupled to the engine versus some of the competitors have an engine that runs off a belt, but it's direct. In this case, it's direct coupled. But everything's very clean, very easy to work on. A lot of guys ask about the single arm design. if it twists or does any acts funny, things of that nature. It does not. It's you put it up against anybody in the market, and it acts just like any other skid loader would. But just to reassure people, they have put a lifetime guarantee on the boom that it won't twist. Of course, anything's breakable at certain points, but any normal use, it will stand up to everything on the market. A lot of people ask, well, what happens if it starts swaying, things like that? The bushing on the tower is tapered, so you can adjust that. That being said, we've been a dealer since 19, and we haven't adjusted any of the bushings. Also, you're pushing up against the actual unit, where if you're sucked in tight. So, really awesome system. There's just as much metal in this arm as there is in a two-arm skid loader. All the hydraulic lines are ran up on top of the boom, so you can actually get to them and service them if you need to. This out here is the telescoping part of the boom, so you can telescope out. Very similar to a telehandler. Of course, they have built telehandlers for a number of years, so they know how to build them. The cab itself, is the back of it's curved to get that AC really tumbling in there. Pretty much everybody in the market's the same way. It's just a little bit hidden there with the condenser off the back. The serial number plate's right there. Your fuel fill is right here. That trips up a lot of guys because it's not at the back where a lot of them are. But the nice thing about this, similar to the wheel loader and some of the other products that JCB builds, the fuel tank is part of the frame. So heat dissipation is a very great thing, so it can dissipate that heat because that fuel tank is built into the frame. You do have your washer fluid right up here, right on the underneath, so you can fill that up as well. And then we talked about the couplers a little bit, but these are the 33 gallon a minute pump that's high flow. And then they do have a quick release here to actually unhook the pressure from the hydraulics. And then it's got a 14-pin connector. We will order all of ours with the wiring, so you can run a snow blower, any kind of attachment out there. The 14-pin connector has been an industry standard for around 10 years. The only one that did that differently was one of the competitors. They did a 7-pin, those type of things. So very universal as far as these units go. These are your low flow for extending out. And then the hydraulic quick attach is universal, has been since around '99. Everybody on the market uses the same one. They do have a unique piece, JCB does, where they have plates that go up underneath there that are reversible. So they can replace those edges so you have a good good attachment every time. We're at the back of the teleskid. We'll go over the engine components and stuff like that, but I wanted to kind of cover what was back here with the door closed. So first of all, 3TS is 3,000-pound teleskid, and it's supposed to be 8 feet from the cab entry to the end of the stick. So that was the design of it. It didn't actually work out quite that way. It actually lifts 3,600 pounds, and so there's a few differences. This unit does weigh 12,000 pounds, so it is a heavy unit as far as skid loaders. But one of those pieces of that heavy unit is this rear bumper. So this actually acts as a counterweight as well. Notice the air condenser is not over the cooling packs, so it can be cleaned and managed separately from your cooling pack. And the radiator and the oil coolers are all on top versus in the back here, so you can actually get to your engine. So serviceability is very easy to do. Your coolant is here. All your grease points are pointed out here. You can remote jump start another item if you need to off positive cable here. Your ISO disconnect is right here, so you can disconnect your power. You can check your hydraulic fluid here. You can check your engine oil right here. This is a relief valve for the boom. So I believe this is an SE standard where if people get trapped in the cab, that they can let it down easily. And a teleskid or a JCB side entry, that's not really as important because everything can be serviced with the boom down or boom midway up. You can get out of the unit as far as safety, those type of things. But you do have a block heater standard. This is a fuel filter and oil filter. This is the JCB EcoMax diesel engine. So this is an engine that JCB builds and produces. They actually sell it to other manufacturers to put in their units. This EcoMax has won world records. It's got the land speed record. What they did is put two EcoMax diesel engines in tandem and put them in a bullet car and actually broke the land speed record. So very good engine as far as that goes. It is only 74 horse. They don't want to run DEF or EGR or regen, so they just stay underneath the 74 horse so that they don't have to put after treatment on it. So that is a great thing, but they like to talk about torque curve, which is an awesome thing that they have. So revving up the engine, getting up to speed is a lot quicker on a JCB than it is on some other brands. They do put the hydraulic reversing fan standard, so you can actually reverse that fan and clean out your radiators standard. So that pretty much covers the back of the engine. Talking to the left-hand side of the JCB skid loader, teleskid in particular, but all the JCBs are the same way as far as the skid loaders, wheels, or tracked, or teleskid or not. So they're all side entry. They're the only ones on the market that enter from the side. Their cab is offset just a bit so that the arm can be centered a little bit more in the unit, but it's something that you don't even notice. One of the best things is just to be able to get in the unit from the side, so your load can be midway up, halfway up, or all the way to the ground. It doesn't affect your ability to get in and out. They have done some upgrades here in the last year. The high back seat, it is heated seat. It's always been adjustable, the whole console or just the seat. Another upgrade they did is the accelerator pedal. If you put it full throttle, then it will actually decompress the engine and the hydraulics, so slow all those things down, which is a nice little feature. They did add a Bluetooth radio, which was a big upgrade. The cab is very quiet as far as skid loaders in the marketplace. The headliner, they did change that, put a couple pins in there so it stays up there a little bit better. You have directional map of all the switches and what they do. This is equipped with Live Link Full, which was a big change. They had Live Link Light on it before, which would just tell the operator or us as a dealer the hours on it. So we could call you when the hours were up in service and just notify you. Now it's equipped with full Live Link, so any codes that come up, any issues that are electronic that we can see, we can help you with over the phone versus making a service call out to you. One of the other things I like is just the visibility, so you don't have a big cage all the way around you. It's full glass all the way around, and then you can actually open this up and close the door and then talk to the operator. So if you have an inexperienced operator, you can actually train them on how to run a skid loader. So a lot of cities, a lot of counties, they like to run this so that they can put a lot of different people in it.